Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever and wherever you are listening, welcome to Electricity. Welcome to the Dadbod Golf Pod, episode 199. We are creeping up on the big 200. That's right. Joining me this evening, Kyle Rush and Benjamin Taylor, two products of South Alabama, two factories of electricity themselves, high on tea and low on bullshit. Welcome to the Dadbod Golf Pod.
Yes. He had been working on that one. You saved it.
Look at him.
Did you have that plan?
He could hardly make it through it without just completely just pumping himself up. That's awesome.
I just feel like that intro can get dry if I let it, and I wanted to make it wet.
Oh, you got it wet. Big time.
Wow.
Electricity and wetness.
Go in there.
Speaking of wet, hop on over to Bet Online. There are lines for everything. The hot dog eating contest that happened yesterday, Joey Chestnut, or excuse me, 2 days ago now, Joey Chestnut, 63 dogs, took it down again. You could have bet on everything.
He only
ate
63, so the under hit.
63 under hit. You could have bet on first minute leader, second minute leader, over under on dogs.
I think you can bet on puking, can't you?
Yes, although that's minus 7,000. Like Joey Chestnut's minus 2,500. The field is plus 600.
He also threw a guy off stage. How much did he come up short, Nate? Because there were a couple of places that refunded money because of the interruption where he had to move the guy out of the way.
They didn't even have a category. Like you could bet on I think 66 to 73 was the lowest. And he didn't even get there. You know? Yeah. So 76 is his record from last year, and he didn't even.
I saw 73.5 was the line. I pounded the under.
Dude, you've got to.
Yeah, you got to.
Nobody was going to push him.
It was tough weather. It was tough weather. Real humid. Dogs not sliding down good. I mean,
he had a cast on his foot. I mean,
yeah, he had a walking boot.
Yeah, and then some dude got up there with a sign. So
yeah,
you could hit that line though. You could hit those lines on Bet Online. You could use your 50% welcome
betting
bonus betting line. Betting. Be very clear. Betting lines and odds at
We're
Bet
not
Online.
saying Joey Chestnut does any of that. Just saying you can hit those lines.
Let me Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
Bet Online where the game starts.
let me go on the biggest tangent of all time.
Oh, please.
Not a fan of Nathan's hot dogs. Would rank them near the bottom of every shelf hot dog in the game. Give me Hebrew National, slap the Hebrew National button. I will go bun length Hebrew National all day. Toss Nathan's in the trash. You heard it here first.
I think I'm a jumbo ballpark guy. Is what is.
Can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong there.
Can't go wrong with that.
Great
I
pick.
will say, Nate, have you tried the deli hot dogs from Nathan that are like the size of your wrist that are bun length?
Tell me that doesn't feel like a wrist.
Can't say that I have. I just think, and people are like, "Oh, Nathan's hot." No, not a good hot dog.
You should try the deli hot dogs.
How do we feel about spiral dogs, or is that sacrilege?
You told me about that the other day, and I mean, it sounds exciting. Sounds very TikTokish.
Are you gonna deep fry them? Are you deep frying them?
Look,
no.
Here's the thing, folks. I'll smack a hot dog from a gas station. I'm big on that, and a turn bar. Otherwise, give me a brat. If I'm at the house, give me a brat.
Okay.
Brat me up.
Little cheddar brat, cheddar wurst.
Stick a brat in me and light me on fire. Yeah, a little cheddar wurst. That's fine.
Love it.
I'm a big Conecuh sausage guy myself.
Yeah, well, South Alabama, shout out. Got to.
Yep.
Yeah. You could bet about pee on the Conecuh factory from Evergreen.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can smell it on the interstate.
Pee in that cereal if you wanted to.
It is in Evergreen. That's where it is.
That's old Lori's hometown, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Evergreen, Alabama. All right, folks.
We have one exit down from there.
We have
one exit down from the wieners.
Oh.
Don't want to see how those sausages made. There's two things you never want to see made: sausage and laws. Okay. We've got a fun twist on Would You Rather Wednesday. And Would You Rather Wednesday can be tough because we scrape the bottom of the barrel. But what we've got here tonight is we're going to bring the LIV Tour in, obviously. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 matchups.
Oh my goodness.
Between outspoken LIV guys and outspoken dumbasses.
Oh, don't.
Oopsie, sorry.
So you've
PGA
already
Tour,
picked
yeah.
a side. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we're and what we're gonna do is we're gonna match. We have 6 matchups, and this is gonna be like a bar fight scenario. This is not like a prepared fight. This is like you bump into a guy at the bar and be like, hey, do we have a problem? And all of a sudden you just start throwing hands.
Next
okay?
thing you're rolling in the bar tar.
Rolling in the bar tar, the security's coming and they're just beating everybody up. Don't you love a bar fight? Because the bouncer's like, dude, I can just wail on anybody in sight and it's okay.
Free game. Yeah.
You know who real quick, one of our buddies was a sky bar bouncer, and he was probably like the most legit sky bar bouncer there ever was, like into it. You know who it was?
JJ.
Grayson Gunn.
No way.
Big time. You know how official you think he was. Hey,
Dude,
I'm just
that's
looking.
awesome.
I'm just looking for someone to fight. Anyway, keep going. Keep going.
That's awesome. All right. I'm trying
Shout
to think.
out,
I don't want to. Let's start off with a little David and Goliath kind of vibe here. Okay.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm gonna need to name who's on what side. I'm just gonna say the matchup.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Justin Thomas versus DJ Dustin Johnson
Oh my goodness.
in the old bar fight. Let's lock it in with Kyle first.
Oh man. I mean, if it's a bar fight, DJ could be, if it's actually in a bar, that means that DJ could be completely off the rails. And
Or on the rails, if you know what I mean.
Or on the rails. I threw that was a soft toss. I teed that one up for you.
I just knocked that one out of the damn park.
And DJ has a don't give a DGAF attitude, and Justin Thomas has a little fire to him. I think somehow little man gets it done. Justin Thomas, he will find a weapon. He will snap the end off of a bar stool and create a shank. He will get it done. Justin Thomas will get it done.
Justin Thomas is the Pomeranian barking at the Rottweiler, and he's begging the owner to grab him and hold him back so that way he doesn't get his ass thrown all around
give me
that
a
bar by DJ.
DJ just doesn't care.
Here's DJ. I would venture to put DJ up against any damn body on tour.
I don't
Live or PGA Tour. Not just
He's
that.
got the reach.
Yeah, he's got the reach. He's got the background. I mean, the guy just is. He's always had the DA. He does not give a what. He's not the guy you want to fight because he's got nothing to lose. He will hit you 3 or 4 times, and you could hit him, and he's not going to care. He's not going to feel it.
All right.
That could be the case. That actually could be the case.
Another thing there, not feeling it.
Go ahead, Nate.
Reach has no play in a bar fight.
True.
Like, it's not a ring.
It's not a square.
You're not like circling around. It's like this is quick, hard, and fast. It's no longer than 68 seconds, probably, just short of 69.
It sounds so familiar.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say
Resonate for Kyle.
Justin Thomas is gonna be. He's gonna win. It's gonna be based on heart. It's gonna be based on scratching.
Heart,
You win bar fights based on scratching.
Rocky took down the Russian.
Rocky took down Drago.
It took him 14 rounds to do it.
Give me
This is 6.5 minutes.
Nah, not 6.5. Shoot, man. You're gonna bar fight go for 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's gonna go with the old testy twister. He's gonna play dirty.
Oh yeah, dirty.
And
he's right there level with it too.
JT will reign supreme. Yeah, right there level with it.
He's right there level with it.
Just gonna use him as just a speed bag.
Speed bag.
It won't be the only bag, let me tell you.
Boy, the cocaine jokes we can make. It's amazing. All right.
One-liners are there tonight.
Liners.
Let's just move on to the next one.
Let's hit. DJ's going to give you a 2-liner. Keep going. All right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Next, we've got, this is kind of the competition of the buff. This is the two pretty ripped guys. This is one of these guys is a new voice within his respected side. Let's go Billy Horschel versus Brooks Koepka.
Oh, God. This is no doubt Billy Horschel absolutely pummels Brooks Koepka. The man made of glass and the American versus the American Psycho. Like, it will be an absolute bloodbath. Billy Horschel will absolutely pummel Brooks Koepka if it was in a bar fight. There's like if you go any other way, I might come through the screen, and it's that serious.
Wow.
There's
Ben,
so
the gauntlet's
much
been thrown down. I'm sure you
yeah,
have.
well, no, I'm with.
Sure you have no
there's
opinion
a lot
on
that
this.
goes into this. I mean, with the Florida versus Florida State connection, like they already hate one another from the alma maters. And then I am with Kyle. And Billy Horschel has got. I'm telling you, he's got some inside rage that he will beat the ever living shit out of something sitting in a dark room without even knowing what it is, and then ask questions later.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that guy.
Don't go there. Don't go there. No, don't go there. Let me just tell you,
he's the guy. He's the guy that like you know that
Beat
like
the skin off of it.
You know he's the gladiator that they send out there. They're like, just let Billy go get him, and like you just let him go and kill everybody in the room, and then the other guys come in behind and they're like, who's left? Like who's left standing?
Billy told
The front right pin location at Augusta on 16 to go fuck itself.
Yes.
On TV. Like we
on
saw
television.
He said it. He straight up said it. He hit it to 3 feet. It rolled down the hill. He putted it back up, made it, and then he said, "Oh," he just goes
You
goes
go
off
F
on
yourself,
it.
Augusta. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, he is psychotic.
Go F yourself, San Diego.
Yeah.
Those are the guys, Nate. Those are the guys you don't want to fight. The guys that just are crazy, like that you don't know what's gonna like what you're getting. I mean, he's just
Like
I think Billy Horschel's like a little chihuahua that's just like and has
No, I
like
think he's
a
got
little bit
some
of bicep,
issues.
and he's gonna get an absolute ass whipping from Brooks Koepka.
Oh,
because
you
all
bet.
Koepka
I
has to
think
do
Brooks-
is land one, and that's it. Horschel will
that's
have.
all Billy's got to do because Brooks is made of glass, man.
Billy's gonna be like. That's what
he's
Billy's
not.
gonna be like.
He's gonna go straight at him, and he's
Dude,
gonna
one
tackle
Air
the
Force
shit out
One
of
to
him.
the side of that little jaw, and Horschel drops like a little gator.
I think Horschel could like bite him in the neck or something like that.
I
Like,
seriously do.
That's the kind of guy.
think,
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen those MMA fights where there's one guy who's just like, and he comes in and boom, done, won? That's what it's gonna be.
I think Horschel. I think he fights dirty. I think he bites like a finger or something off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't mess with that.
Brooks
guy.
would
What you
break a
guys have
nail.
forgotten is that Jenna's definitely gonna be there, and she's gonna be.
Now, if
probably-
Jenna got in the mix, Jenna versus Billy could be a
smack him with a purse.
that could be a pretty fierce battle there because she seems like she's got crazy eyes just like him.
They may actually fall in love, so we don't need to even start that. The two of them, they're just made for one another.
Talk about
Okay.
a tornado of just crazy. Go ahead.
Yes.
A lot of craziness there. All right, let's roll before we get to the meat. Before we get to the final card,
Before we get to the meat beating,
let's get.
Oh, we already covered the meat with those dogs and sausages.
keep
let's
going.
get. Speaking of meat, let's get Pat Perez and John Rahm.
Oh, beefy.
Oh,
Just a big pile of beef.
Mm.
The old Spaniard with the messed up ankles versus the long-haired Vegas boy.
you go ahead. You go first.
Yeah.
Ben.
you know, Rom goes across as like that. He comes across as that crazy Spaniard, and he's got like a temper. But he also seems like a guy because, like, if that temper was really evident, like when they kicked him out for COVID, he would have just really showed his ass, and he didn't. I think Pat Perez shows his ass in that same scenario and goes a little bananas.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the edge to Pat Perez just because I think Perez getting kicked off the golf team, getting in bar fights in college when he was at Arizona State, I think that he's got a little fire in him that even though he's older, I still think he's not as good as he once was, but he's good once as he ever was. I think he takes Rom down.
Oh wow.
The hell did you get that from?
He's a DJ. What can you say? He's a
He's a radio
Dude,
DJ.
whatever.
I think John. Go ahead, Nate. You've been going last all the time.
Well, I'm just going to go purely off the fact that I think Pat Perez has been in more bar fights than
Yeah.
John Rahm, and I just think that his record and experience speaks for itself.
Okay. I think John Rahm is an inner Hulk, and if you make Hulk angry, Hulk smash. And I think he rips his shirt, the chest hair is blazing, and he pummels Pat Perez because he's got the age on him by about 20 years. And
But the old
Drink
fused
just
ankle
raw
may
power.
just break.
I'm like Nate though, just the
Raw
experience.
power.
It's a bar fight. I think Perez hits Rom with something like a pool stick or a broken
Raw.
glass or something before he ever knows what's coming.
Look, you don't count Pat Perez out on carrying brass knuckles to the
Yes,
Raw power.
he may shoot him. He may have a hidden gun.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling
Pulls
you,
a gun out of his Jordans.
yeah, like Pat Perez is not a guy you miss. Out of all the ones we talked about, like Nate's got it right. He's probably got the most experience out of all this.
You don't want to take somebody
he
down.
knows what
named
not to
El
do.
Diablo. Okay. El Diablo in another life, who was a lucha libre wrestler. You don't want to you don't want to fight him.
Hey, you
Nacho
think
Libre.
you think you're from Vegas, you're so bad. I'm from Spain. We fight in the streets for kicks and giggles, man.
You
I
sound
fight the
Cuban.
bull.
You're not Spanish.
Yeah, that was pretty Cuban. That sounded like Pitbull.
Me and Sergio Garcia used to have a egg.
You're making it
In the
worse.
Yeah, John Rahm would kick Pat Perez right
You're
out the deck.
crazy.
He would
There's
stroke him.
chance.
Drag him right out by his hairdo. All right, here we go. We've got this one and then two more. And this is really
Okay.
getting to the meat of them. This is really getting to the meat.
All right, let's get in there.
Rory versus Bryson.
Oh,
This one's tough for old Kyle because this is new boy versus old boy.
This is hot. That's what
This is a lot of testosterone, a lot of biceps, a lot of big.
big bombs. That's what we're gonna say.
Tell you what, a lot of big shoes.
Long.
Why don't you go
knockers.
first, Nate? You ain't gone first, Nate. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say that Rory is gonna be like he is in a golf tournament. Like he's gonna get the first punch in, and then years and years of being bullied and like basically 20 years of not being treated like he thinks he should be is gonna come out in like a 20-second spill on Bryson, and he's just going to 410-yard drive into Rory's face. Disfigurement for sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bryson's going to hit him with a single plane right hook, and it's going to be game over.
It'll be alpha or omega.
He's going to hit that one plane on him. No, Rory's just too nice. He can't. I don't even know if Rory would be in a bar, so they might have to fight by like a merry-go-round or something like that. So, but Bryson would get blackout. Let's go, Kyle.
Berkshire!
I'm gonna knock him out, Kyle, and then knock him out. It's gonna be great. It's not gonna be great, but it's gonna happen.
It's going to be by far the worst bar fight we've ever seen.
It's gonna be a pillow fight.
And the one reason being is I'm going to call this a draw, Nate. And the reason being is because Rory is going to sit there and try to talk his way out of it because he's trying to be super nice and he doesn't want to mess up the furniture in the bar because that's just going to be just really absurd for them to do that and screw up everybody's good time. And then you got Bryson, who's going to go to the bouncers and explain to them how the rules are all messed up with this whole bar fight thing. And he needs a chance to be able to walk his way out of it. And so it's just going to be a draw. Neither one of them, they're both going to be afraid to hit each other.
More than likely.
It took us 199 episodes to come up with the dumbest answer of all time.
But more than likely, if you
Logically think about it, that's probably how it's gonna go. That's probably how it's gonna go.
Hey, I was like, do I need to make any rules? No, this is straightforward. Wait, should have made the no draw rule. Someone has to lose. It's a bar fight.
So who took who? I'm writing these down. Did you take Bryson? Both of you took Bryson?
I took old B. Ryson. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I took the single plane right to the dome.
All right, you guys ready for the last two?
Yeah.
Let's hit a little ad read first.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
So you know the
Shoot,
matchup
baby.
I want to
Summer
see.
dad read.
Yeah, the matchup I want to see is blue tees versus just name any other rangefinder out there because blue tees would absolutely dom in price, dom in features. It has literally everything. Buzz lock on to the pin, toggle on and off slope, the magnet built into the side that I'm still getting better at. I'm getting better every week at putting it on the rail and not throwing it in the dash. Scan mode, the sexy little sleek blue carrying case or pink or black, whatever color you like. Check them out. Blue Tees Golf. Get the Series 3 Max rangefinder. That's what we have. It's the top of the line. You can get Bluetooth speakers. You can get divot tools. You can get sweet hats. They got all kind of stuff. Use coupon code DADBOD. Take 10% off all that stuff I just mentioned. and load up and get ready to go. Flag some pins. Let's go hit some pins and play some golf. Let's go. blueteesgolf.com where rangefinders start.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Wait on you, bud.
Okay. This is going to happen at the senior bar. Okay.
Oh.
We've got the old Greg Norman Shark
Oh.
versus Jay Monahan.
Oh boy.
Duke it out.
Hey,
The geriatrics bar fight.
I don't know Jay Monahan's
Like measurables. But I will say he seemed pretty pissed off in a couple of his different in his press conferences.
He looks wiry.
He looks like he looks like he could be like kind of built from when he's got a good muscular looking neck. Like it's not a flabby neck. He's got
Great
sculpted cheek to neck ratio, chin, jawline. But man,
really good forearms.
But man,
Really tan forearms.
But man, when you see a picture of Greg Norman walking down the beach shirtless with his hog down to his knees, you just got to know that guy can fight in a bar. And I got to take Greg Norman, the Shark from the Aussie, plot twist, and he would absolutely dump truck Jay Monahan because he's already pissed off at him. So I take Greg Norman.
Benjamin,
you've
would
seen
you
that
like to go?
picture?
I know we've seen that picture,
The
Kyle,
old-
but what
the
we
old
haven't
schlong
seen,
pick.
what we haven't seen is the hidden dojo in the basement of Jay Monahan's house that he is working out and kicking somebody's ass every single
He's
day.
motivated.
And I think that he just unleashes PGA Tour hell on Greg Norman for effing up his life this last year and a half, and how much is going to be effed up over the next 5 years for
Do you
this
think
LIV
he brings
Tour
Corn
thing.
Ferry Tour guys in, and if they can beat him in his dojo, then he gives them a tour card?
Maybe that's probably got to be it. I mean, no kidding, that's got to be it.
Because I would love for Blaine to get in on that action because I like Blaine versus Monahan.
hey, give me Blaine all day on that.
So yeah, I'm going to take out Monahan over the Shark, and I never thought I'd say that, but
I just searched
here we
Jay
are.
Monahan shirtless. Nothing came up. Give me Norman.
Disappointing. All right, here we go.
me-
I don't know how old Greg is, but he's pretty old. And as fit as he is, I think Jay's like the 55-year-old fit guy, and Greg Norman's like the 70-year-old fit guy. And I just don't think that Greg can be as pissed off at Jay as Jay can be at Greg. I think in that dojo in Jay's basement, there's a picture of Greg Norman, and he just beats on it like Rocky in that cooler with the cow. He's just, hey, you're breaking the rib. And he's boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
He's been waiting. I mean,
Jay Monahan's only 52.
Flies to Australia to kick Greg Norman.
Jay Monahan's
in the
52.
bar
Greg
fight.
Norman's what, 72?
67.
Now, granted, he's as good looking as 67-year-olds ever walked the planet, but
Yep.
delivered perfect.
Tell you
So
what, he's still
Nate
shredded.
Nate and Ben take Jay. Kyle's falling in love with the beach pick instead.
I mean,
Look,
how
it's
can
a-
you not? I
I
mean, it's
mean,
an impressive pick.
And there's
Even
a lot to fall in love with, if you know what I mean.
Even the dog is impressed in the picture.
Yeah, we'll not be showing the wife that one. You see what I'm saying?
Don't act like you're not impressed.
It's definitely not the pleats in a bathing suit. But anyway,
I'm going to return them right now.
I'm actually returning it right now.
And the last matchup, you can do
I would
some-
like the Greg Norman trousers, please.
let me get the special Gregs, please.
The special Gregs. Oh
The
boy.
last matchup, and you can do a little process of elimination here. We've got Big Mouth Brandel versus Phil, the ultimate foot and mouth Mickelson. For all the marbles.
Brandel versus Phil.
Yes.
And
And
I think this is a bloodbath. I think Brandel. I think when he stubs his
Bloodbath.
toe, I think Brandel stubs his toe and has to spend 3 nights at the hospital. I don't think he could. I don't know that he's right there with Rory. There's no chance he made it into the bar. Like Phil's gonna have to go outside and get him and drag his ass in there to wear him out.
Hey, it takes you at least 2 rounds to get used to the lefty. So the southpaw,
Yeah, the
True.
southpaw.
So-
Southpaw.
do
is
we
gonna
know
make a
that
big
Phil
difference.
fights
and
Southsea
he's
though?
bearded, and he's bearded now. So
The
or
only thing that
stubbled.
Phil does do left-handed is play golf, is what he said.
And
Well, yes, just go. and throws dice.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I just don't feel like Brandel poses any threat to like anybody on the LPGA tour. So I think I got to take Phil. I think I got to take like stubble whiskers, southpaw Phil. Maybe he lands one haymaker and it's game over and messes up Brandon.
I'm telling you, I think he bumps into him and he's going to the hospital, Kyle. I just don't know that he can handle himself.
And I wanted to fight. I mean, I hate to change the subject, but I wanted to fight. I've been wanting to fight Brandel, but I definitely wanted to fight him when he came out with this garbage ass story about the money in the LIV Tour and got proved wrong by Golf Digest this week. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, he just made it up.
Yeah. So Brandel was trying to say, like, when Charles Schwartz, people were saying Charles Schwartz will hit a putt to win 4.75 million, blah, blah, blah. Brandon was like, he actually didn't win 4.75 million. They just take that number and subtract it off of the total that he
Like
gets.
a draw.
Yeah, like a draw. So if he gets 50 million, they just take that 4.75 out of that 50 million, which was completely debunked. They said, Pat Perez says, everything we play for, we get paid. So when we play for something, when we play on the weekend and it's money up for grabs, we get paid. It ain't got nothing to do with our guarantee. I was so glad he got called out because he's been running that yap this whole time with this bloviating garbage. He can't decide which way he wants to go. If he wants to go money, if he wants to go morality, he just can't make up his mind. It's just blah, 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 blah.
He's just not
so
happy
glad
that
he
they're
got
on the
caught
PGA Tour. That's all it is. He
That's
doesn't
it.
have any argument whatsoever to support it.
No,
I mean,
just
not
PGA
only
Tour.
they get paid, Kyle, I sent you and Nate the text about the caddies. They get paid like that Saturday night.
Oh,
Like
like
it gets
Yeah, and they get
deposited
paid by
in
the
their account.
tournament? That's crazy.
and it's like, I mean, at the end of the tournament, it's like that scene off Dumb and Dumber. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Passing out checks. It's just like that. It's like caddies making over $500,000. Like it's just everybody's getting money. But
Those of
anyway,
you who don't know, I sent Kyle and Nate a text, and I was like, this, and I forgot which caddy it was, but he has already made $900,000.
I think it's Brendan Grace's caddy.
I think you're right. I think that's
Because I
which
think
one
he
it
won
is.
this past event, and I guess the event before that he finished pretty well and got some coin.
My next sentence that I sent the guys, I was like, they're going to be caddies on the PGA Tour begging for their pro to go over there.
Oh,
Or there's gonna all of a sudden be like, if you're like a Pat Perez and maybe your caddy you didn't have a elite caliber caddy, maybe there's gonna be a shift in caddies now. All of a sudden there's gonna be some guys calling Pat Perez, be like, hey, I'm better than your guy.
Hey, Fluff. Hey, you don't think
Fluff.
Fluff wants a nice
Fluff.
little check?
right
Fluff
out there.
might drop that any day. All right, hold on. I haven't gone yet. And here's my thought on this. Is that I think Brandel will be so far in Phil's head before the first punch is thrown that I think he'll psych Phil out. Because Brandel, do you not think that Brandel is capable of just mind effing someone?
No.
Just saying all this crap. I didn't have to be true. He doesn't have to state facts.
He does rustle a lot of people. He rustles me. So
Yeah, he
I'm
can. I mean,
rustled.
you want to talk about somebody who can get somebody else's skin in a
I'd
heartbeat.
take
That's
you-
what Brandel Chambly does for a living. Phil hits bombs and misses cuts and occasionally wins majors. Brandel Chambly, he's the only journalist that's in this conversation. We have Jay Monahan, we have Greg Norman, we have all these players, and then we have one guy in news media whose name is synonymous with all these people. And it's Brandel Chambly. Is because he's so good at moving the media needle.
That's
I
true.
say he's so far in Phil's head before the first punch is thrown, Phil didn't even know left from right.
They could
Believe
be.
that old boy's all hat, no cattle too.
I don't know what that means. But
All hat, no cattle.
all hat. Let's spell that out for us. How does that work, Ben?
All hat.
Do I
Means he
need to-
likes to look like a cowboy, but that can't mean that. It doesn't mean he is one.
That the cattle. You're not really a cowboy. You just like, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
That's like all talk, no action. Is
It's
that
like
kinda-
wearing
you
like
go.
a big bra, but you ain't got no boobies.
Right. That's exactly what it is, Nate.
he's all balls and no.
It's like you press on that bra and it just goes in.
Okay, let's
Wow.
go off the rails. Speaking, we did another unsaid rails again. Oh man,
Hey, in the corner of this episode, we need to have like a little counter, like ding,
Ding, rails.
Like a little every time there's a reference to recreation.
Oh man. Well, that was awesome. That was.
Do we just need to get the hell out of here?
I think that we need to go.
Before
ahead.
this gets any further, we need
I
to.
think we need to go ahead and end it. What golf tournament is this weekend? It starts tomorrow, tomorrow. Does anybody know?
No. Thanks for bringing that up.
After we have, is it the
well,
Barbasol?
Full disclosure, I don't care because we're going to the beach. So I already told the guys that. So
I
I'm not
have
really
one
worried
thing
about
as you're looking at that. I watched some of the John Deere this weekend. If all these PGA Tour guys want to, make the PGA Tour the best it can be, then beef up that field.
Go
JT or Rory or somebody step up and play so it doesn't look like a freaking Corn Ferry event.
Nate,
Seriously,
they can't, Nate, because
there's 20 people watching the final group.
Didn't you hear Billy Horschel today? Their families. They have to be there for their families.
Schedule your stuff better because all of a sudden you had like right in the middle of all this, you have your worst PGA Tour event. You're like weakest, most joke of a field in the middle of the summer.
There were more major winners in the LIV event than there were the John Deere Classic.
Probably four times as many major winners.
It was bad. It was
Who
bad.
was
It was bad.
what major winners were in the John Deere? Was there one?
Yeah, there were
one.
Yeah, there was one or two. They had the numbers broken down, like the DP World Tour and the LIV Tour led the field or led the tournaments with the most major winners. DP World Tour in second, and then the John Deere Classic on the PGA Tour was third.
So you got the Barbasol and the Scottish Open this weekend, which that might be kind of fun to watch. Everybody's over there. They're all
Ian Poulter won a court case to be able to play in the Scottish Open.
Yep.
Ian and who were the other three? There were like three other guys. There was like four of them total, wasn't there? Three total. Okay.
Yeah. So the DP they kind of caved a little bit. Not really caved. I guess he did win a court case, but
I know they're going to though. They just, I don't care what kind of alliance they have.
Right.
There's just no way they can give up that kind of money. But so that'll be kind of interesting to watch. You got the Barbasol as the opposite field event, and we don't care about that since they left Opelika.
This would normally be a big week for us.
Yeah.
And their reasoning for leaving Opelika is they're like, it's too hot there. And then they went to Kentucky and it's like 110% humidity and 95 degrees. It's like, okay, whatever.
Hey, it was. I remember it was hot.
It was hot. It wasn't about them though, Nate. It was about us getting those free passes and drinking down there in the clubhouse.
Yep, exactly. So watch some golf. We'll be back on Friday. I'm not sure if Ben's going to be iffy if he'll be back. He's going to be doing some family stuff at the beach.
I will be having no internet.
And no internet service, so we'll see how that goes. We'll think of something fun to talk about. I'm sure something will happen before now and then, and we'll have a blast. Last thing we want to talk about, guys, we haven't talked about in a while. You got to go check out Swannies.com, Swannies.co. Use coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod -25. Take 25% off your order. Polos, shorts, tons of hats and t-shirts, all kind of stuff. Those are awesome. Those guys are awesome. Be sure to check them out. Swannies.co. Fellas, appreciate it. Nate, thanks for hosting. Ben, have fun at the beach, and we'll talk to everybody on Friday. It's the Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always.
Okay. Off the rails.
Off the rails.